Hi everyone, this is a follow-up to my previous video about my bullet journal, in which I said that I haven't been bullet journaling recently, and I think the problem is not the bullet journal itself. The system works really well. I think it's because I'm not motivated to do it, because maybe I'm just a bit bored with my bullet journal because it's quite minimalistic and plain and not very interesting. It's very similar to the original bullet journal style, in which, I mean, it's minimalistic, it's black pen doing, focus, doing the standard bullet journaling. Come on, focus. And no decoration. So I just wanted to tell you about my idea to hopefully motivate me to bullet journal. Now, this is my old bullet journal, which I showed you last year, and it's very, very similar to the style of this bullet journal. But at the end of it, when I was not using it anymore and I was trying to use it again, as you can see, I've started cannibalizing it because I'm going to make use of the paper that I didn't use, because I don't feel like there's anything in here that I really want to save. Which again shows that although it's a great productivity tool, it's not really a journal if I feel like there's nothing in here that interests me in the future, which just shows that, the value of it maybe isn't as great as it could be. So basically, at the end of using this book, when I was stopping using it, but just before I decided to not use it anymore, I started to trace some flowery designs in it, just that one, and then an introduction page to the month, which I'd never done before. And I know that this is quite common in the arty style bullet journals, so it didn't help motivate me to actually continue bullet journaling. So I wanted to speak to you about an idea I've had to maybe make me motivated to bullet journal and to regular journal, because I want to do both. But the problem I have is that if I'm dedicated to using something daily, like a bullet journal, I tend not to use the other thing daily. So if I've got two books that I want to use daily, like a regular journal and a bullet journal, and I'll talk quickly about the distinction between the two, I will probably use my energy on one and not the other. I will forget the other one. So if I'm regular journaling, I probably won't be bullet journaling, and if I'm bullet journaling, I probably won't be regular journaling, which isn't good, because bullet journaling is great for my productivity, for my life. Here's Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Good girl. And regular journaling is good for my mental health. And if I'm not doing one, then something is missing. Right, so the difference between bullet journaling and regular journaling for me is that no, Rosie, no. She's scratching my Vanderspeck with her claws because she's a cheeky monkey. Anyway, what was I saying? Bullet journaling for me is about productivity and planning. And I don't really write down things that happen during the day, like, Dear Diary type stuff, because if I write that stuff down, then I might not be able to see, because of the amount of stuff on a page, I might not be able to see the stuff that I need to be able to find the stuff that I need to find quickly, like lists of things I haven't done yet that I need to refer to. Whereas regular journaling for me is more like a little bit Dear Diary, talking about the stuff that interests me, that I need to record for posterity or for my mental health, things like that. I didn't cross over the two. in my bullet journal, I would write important things down, like if the cats and the dogs were ill, I would make a note of that, because I would very often think, when was that? Or let's see how many days it was since that happened, that kind of thing. But I didn't really do much in there. And so when I was bullet journaling, I wasn't regular journaling, and vice versa. And I need to do both. And I also need to make my bullet journal more interesting. So I just want to show you quickly what my regular journal looks like. There's a swishy cat tail there. There's an interrupting cat, but she's very cute, so she gets away with it. And no, she's eating the tabs sticking out the back of at the bottom of my old bullet journal. She's a wild thing. She really is. But she's so cute. Anyway, so this is the style of my regular journal. I'll flip through quickly just so that you don't really read anything. There's me ranting about coronavirus. So basically, I want to make it colourful and pretty, and stick things on, and tip things in. Use different types of paper. Use different inks of pens. Different size of handwriting. I would say different types of handwriting, but I have 2 types of handwriting, and that's cursive and not cursive. Use all of the various pretty crafty, stencily, stickery, washi tape, inky type things. And then here's some pages that I've prepped while experimenting with some inks and stencils and stuff, so that when I don't have time to actually start a new decorating page, there's some blank paper, then I can just grab one of them and start writing. So this is fun, but I've not been doing it. Like Saturday the 27th of what? July? No, June. There you go. That's the last time I did that. So I want to integrate the two. There's my beautiful Vanda spec. It's a few years old now, and I love it. So pretty. It doesn't have a name. I should have given it a name, really. And it sits with some of the back showing, but I don't mind. So my idea is to integrate this style of journaling and bullet journaling. And as I said before, I do want to be able to make sure that I can see the bullet journaling and not sort of have it get too disguised and hidden by the other stuff I write. So I've got to work out how to do this. But basically, I think I'm going to trial bullet journaling in here. Maybe I'll use a different colour pen for the actual bullet journal parts, the productivity parts. Or maybe I'll draw a box around it or something like that. Maybe I'll do it on some plain paper, like some just boring white paper. And then if I want to keep it up, maybe I'll tip it in. Because maybe I'll get rid of it after a month or something. Maybe I'll just tip it in. Yes, I want to do both, and I have to integrate it into the same book if I'm going to do both. I have to be able to take it everywhere with me. And although I don't really want to be taking my journal everywhere with me, and certainly not this one, I would be putting it into a cheaper, I can't remember what it's called. You know the cheap binder system that Filofax brought out, where you pull the covers apart to open the rings. I've got a purple one of them I got for like £5 in WH Smith when it was on clearance. So I could take, the packet for this time period, this week or this month out, put it in the cheap binder and take it to work. And then when I come home, put it back in here and keep journaling. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Pretty journaling with bullet journaling. Keep it interesting, keep it pretty, keep it all in one place, and keep this with me everywhere I go in the house with my pencil case, and just keep writing so I don't have these huge gaps in between my journaling. I don't feel unmotivated to do bullet journaling. We'll see. Now, I just wanted to show you a couple of things that I would be integrating into it. I've shown you some of the paper I use. So I prep some interesting pages so that when I don't have time to make some backgrounds, I've got them available, and then I add things to them as I go. But then there's the more productivity pages. So I made this on Microsoft Publisher. I designed the grid, the Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday this week on one page plus notes column on Microsoft Word, and I downloaded some grid paper from the internet. You can go on various different websites and download grid paper or dot paper or various different types of not plain paper for writing on. I took a snip of the whole page, and copy, because I can't make a grid on Word or in Publisher. I basically took a photo on the computer of the grid that I'd previously downloaded as a PDF, pasted it into Publisher, copied over the table which this was made with from Microsoft Word so that I would know the proportions, and then drew over the lines on Publisher and wrote in the Monday to Friday and the this week words, deleted the original table, and where I'd drawn over it, I made sure that all the lines matched up with the grid so that none of these lines were crossing over the approximately 5mm squares, so that I can write on this in a less messy way, because if I've got just plain boxes, my handwriting isn't as good. So that's that. And then I've also got these monthly pages from an Etsy shop, which I will link below, which I really love because are they quite like the Hobonichi? I'm not sure, but they're so minimalistic that they'd be great for proper planning, like plain productivity planning, not pretty planning. But the idea is that with these two minimalistic planner pages, I had already paid for this one, already spent time making this one, already printed them all out. So I don't want to waste them, so I'm going to prettify them. I'm going to add washi tape and colour in and stuff like that. What I might do is have the kind of boring version, which is for planning, and then afterwards maybe have a separate monthly one that I put in the things I want to remember for posterity, rather than the don't forget to do this boring job. But the Cat's birthday, well, we don't know when their birthday is, but Cat's Gotcha Day, and we went to the woods, and some interesting stuff on there. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll have like a messy version, which I'll keep adding to, and then maybe I'll do a second version that is prettier that I want to keep in my journal. I don't know. I'm just trying to use the tools that I've got, but pretty them up and keep them, because I have a habit of not throwing things away. So like I've got loads of old planner pages from Filofax, my various old Filofaxes, and I'm not very good at thinking about whether or not I'll like to keep them in the future. Like, really, do I want to keep my old shopping lists, my old to-do lists? Do I want to keep things that will make more happy memories for me in the future, like talking about the animals and the things I did and stuff, rather than just reading old to-do lists? But I read an article the other day that said that historians really value it when people keep their old to-do lists. Not saying that historians will want to read my old to-do lists, but maybe I will in the future. So basically historians really love it when you say really mundane things. So like old shopping lists from the 1400s, and it's like social history. What were people buying then? What did people think was important in their lives? What was their diet like? What were people spending their hard-earned money on? And maybe in 50 years, I'll want to look back at that. You know, what was I doing when I was 31? So maybe I will keep them. Maybe I'll just keep the more interesting things. But basically, I need to integrate my bullet journaling and my fun journaling and make sure I actually do them, keep me motivated, keep productivity going, keep the mental health journaling going. You know, I call it mental health journaling just because I know that if I don't do it, I get more stressed. And when I do it, I have an outlet. And so it is good for my mental health. My job is stressful. The world is stressful. Everyone is feeling the stress of coronavirus politics, all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, I do advocate journaling for everyone. But if I'm doing that, if I'm advocating it for everyone, why am I not doing it myself? So I'll maybe come back to you in the future. I say maybe because I'm really bad at promising that I'll make videos and then not doing it. But hopefully I will actually come back to you in the future, show you that the system is working. It might take me a few months to get the system working, and then hopefully I'll come back and make a video. So thanks for watching. Bye.